But right now I'm joined by Zena Stenvik, who is superintendent for Columbia Heights Public Schools, where Liam was a student. I can't thank you enough for being here, because this is a photograph that has captured the attention, not just of this country, but I've seen it on news broadcasts around the world. First, have you heard anything new about Liam and how he's doing right now?
No, I have not. His attorney was able to connect with the mom, of course, over the last couple of days, but I don't have any new updates as of today. And we just want him back. We want him back in Minnesota. We want him back in school, and we want him back with his mom.
You were quoted as saying that ICE agents brought Liam to the door of his home to see if anyone else was home, essentially using him as bait. What more can you tell us about that situation as you know it?
So I arrived shortly on the scene after Liam and his father were taken, and that is exactly how the situation was described to me. And frankly, we have been experiencing this ICE search for the last few weeks, and I would say it's pretty common knowledge now in the Twin Cities that if anyone cracks open the door, multiple agents, I believe on the video I saw 8 masked and armed agents on scene, but that they, once the door is cracked open, they push their way through, inducing more trauma.
There is a very different story, as we've just reported, coming out of the administration. And I want to read to you a DHS statement that was released. They called this whole idea a horrific smear, that he was used as bait, saying, quote, ICE did not target, arrest a child, or use a child as bait. ICE law enforcement officers were the only people primarily concerned with the welfare of this child. The father and alleged mother abandoned the child. Agitators scared the child. Is that what you know to be true or observed?
No, absolutely not. I think the horrific smear is using a child as a political pawn. We're just focused on educating children, not on politics. We want our students back. We resisted speaking out publicly, but you know, that same day I lost a 17-year-old student to ICE, having a student taken away by ICE. So there were 2 in one day, which meant the 4th student. So no, the other person who lives in the home was on the scene and said, I live here, I will take the student. And, as soon as Chair Granlund showed up, the community member said, oh, the school is here, they can take them. And frankly, that's why I went to the scene. I jumped out of my vehicle and I immediately said, okay, where's the child? I'm here. I will take the child, or we'll get them connected with their family members or their emergency contacts that we have on file in the school district.
So there are so many competing things here. You have a job to do. You have a school to run, but it's under circumstances that no 5-year-old, or for that matter, 17-year-old, should have to try to learn. How are you even managing to keep kids in class, keep them learning? Is it even possible in this environment?
Having a normal, quote unquote, normal routine for children is really important to their health and well-being. So our staff, our teachers, and our support staff are doing the best they can to try to continue some normalcy. We do have a significant absenteeism, and we have families that are opting to utilize our online options. And none of us want a repeat of the online school that we had to endure during COVID. We know children in class with their teachers is the best place for them to be. My teachers are so caring and dedicated and love their children, and we all want them back.
What's your biggest fear right now?
Well, I am seeking a peaceful and diplomatic resolution to this situation. Anything other than peace and diplomacy is a fear of mine.
And what are the conversations you're having with teachers and with parents?
As I walk through the halls of the schools over the last couple of weeks, people don't look at each other and say, hi, how are you today? Everyone just sort of looks at each other and nods. And because we know, it's really taking a toll. It's taking a toll, obviously, on our students. just the other day we had, during passing time in our high school, ICE pull in onto our property, then into our loading dock. And many of our high school students saw it and were terrified. So this is going to be, the weeks and weeks of daily trauma is going to be a lot to unpack and to support for our students.
I understand that in a job like yours, which has a lot of responsibility, you can't know every student, every child in a deep way. It's not possible. But is there something you can tell us about Liam that people should know about this little boy who he's got, well, there is what I assume is his one class picture, and then the one that's gone viral of him in that bunny hat with pom-poms on it and the Spider-Man backpack. What can you tell us about this little boy?
So I did have a chance to talk with his preschool teacher, Miss Ella Sullivan, and she said he's just a light in the classroom, really friendly, a wonderful child. And I tell you what, it's not lost on me. His last name is Conejo Ramos. Well, Conejo means rabbit. And so every time I see the picture of that little bunny hat, I just think he must have been so proud because it tied directly to his last name.
Zena Stenvik, the work that you and your fellow teachers and administrators and staff do every day under these circumstances is, I know, unspeakably difficult, physically, emotionally, mentally. Thank you for fighting the good fight for your students.
Thank you for your time, and let's get our kids back.